also there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody knows.
Yeah, I didn't
Everyone
know.
know where California is, and yeah, but nobody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New York, California.
Come on. So tell me, like, what do you think about like school system in Switzerland when you first got there? What do you think about the schools and teachers, and that relationship between a student and a teacher?
Yeah, so that's something that I really liked as well. Something that I feel like my experience in the US is that people are, in general, not very respectful to the teacher. Like, not always, of course. If you're in like higher classes, advanced classes, people are a bit nicer and like more
Yeah.
respectful. But in general, people don't really care. It's kind of, there's not that level of respect that you would expect in like a
In
school
USA,
environment.
you would say.
Yeah, in US.
Okay.
And in Switzerland, people are much more respectful, but at the same time, they are very open with the teacher. Like, if the teacher is doing something wrong or they disagree with something, then they will say it. And actually, I really like that, because then it's like
Yeah.
you have a say.
Yeah, I'm the student who disagrees with the teacher the most.
Yeah.
I'm the person.
And that's good, I think.
Of society, of Swiss society, that I actually don't like. Also people, they love to keep a lot of stuff inside of them. They don't tell, they don't communicate with you.
Yeah, they don't open up.
Just
that's
keep
true.
that inside, and yeah, that's from sometimes for me, that's that's hard to hear. But yeah. And in USA, as you said, people are more open, and sometimes that's bad, but yeah.
Yeah, just to return to one subject, you mentioned the trains before.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about the prices? Because it's really expensive, but I want to hear from you. What do you think about the prices?
Yeah, it is extremely expensive.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's more expensive than in the US?
For trains?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have trains.
Yeah, we don't have any trains.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
What about buses?
I live in a train culture country, so for me that's weird.
There's like no train connections in USA.
Well, okay, there are a couple. I searched it up. There's none in like Maryland or something. But if you go between DC, New York, like
how do you travel? Like, how do you?
Everyone has a car. That's the difference. Like, families have 3 cars.
Yeah. This is a kind of interesting topic that we went through the society in Switzerland. Yeah, so I would like to continue. This, bro. This is a funny topic that I would like to discuss with you. Is flags and party night in Switzerland. I would like to ask you as a person who went sometimes out. What do you think about nightlife in Switzerland, and like differences between nightlife in USA and also in Switzerland?
I think that there's a pretty big nightlife in Switzerland.
Yeah.
I think that's also the case in the US, especially in cities and stuff, but it's something that I never really experienced before I went to Switzerland.
Of course.
So that was just not because it doesn't exist, but because I was kind of not doing it, if it makes sense.
Yeah, I was also like that type of, I would say, person, just no, thank you, maybe another time, Yeah. I want also to ask you, what do you think about that culture of exchange students, of special from the south of America, that Espanol countries, and what do you think of them? Let's go outside, let's chill, let's like that culture of exchange student,
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I have mixed feelings, because I think it's a good option, or it's a good opportunity to kind of meet people, talk to people. That's what I appreciate about it. But at the other side of it, it's like, first of all, I don't even drink myself. Like, I don't drink alcohol. And then I've been, of course, nobody forced me to drink alcohol, but I've been very much influenced that like people are trying to offer me drinks. And
but I think that's because you're from America and you can drink when you're 21, and here you can drink when you're 16 and 18.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I think that's why everybody wanted you to drink.
Yeah, they all think that I'm not drinking because the drinking age is 21, and I want to like. It's not because of that. And that's why a lot of American exchange students actually like get
go to Europe, bro.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of, in my opinion, I mean, like if you want to do that, okay, but at the same time, I don't really enjoy it that much. I mean, if
You
you're
really
always
don't have to in Switzerland. The nightlife is beautiful at itself. I mean, you don't even have to go clubbing and be drunk. You can
yeah,
be
exactly.
just with friends. Yeah, it's
Yes, of course.
beautiful.
Hang out.
Even at night, it's beautiful.
Yeah, just go outside and talk. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things.
I
But
enjoy that a lot more. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's good to hear. But and also, the thing I would like to mention that always when we went to that type of exchange student parties, bro, there's 80 people over there.
Yeah.
I'm serious, bro. And
And there's no way you
they're
can meet
so
all.
good organized, bro.
Yeah. There's no way you can meet and then they're like all drunk and everything. You can't really talk to them.
At the first, I was so scared. They tell you like, don't you have to respect this rule. And when you go over there, you see, bro.
Yeah.
What
It's
does
so
actually an
funny.
exchange student mean? That's so. I was so like always interfere. Maybe I'm gonna get late to school. Maybe I'm missing some classes. They will one day they will send this email where you're gonna say home. You have to go home.
Yeah.
That
And
other
then
side
everyone
of
is breaking the rules so much.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just go
Like
destroy
for me,
themselves. Oh my god, yeah. That's the side of story that you have to experience to understand.
exactly. I think there's no way to explain it.
Yeah.
yeah, Switzerland is very strict. It's very strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
Very
cannot break
conservative.
a lot of rules,
of course. Yeah, we'll
especially
mostly go through
cultural
that.
rules, like driving the bike only on the right side and never on the left
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, that's something that many exchange students
I want
don't
to ask
know.
you, did you have any experience with police in Switzerland? Like, do you have any conversation with them? Did they ever like came up
Oh
to
yeah. Once. So my bike got stolen.
Oh
you?
shit! Yeah.
I was trying to get it back, so I went to like the police in the train station. I was asking and stuff, but they told me it's like they were really nice, but they said that it's not really like there's no point of us searching for it because you're not.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
daily business. That's
yeah.
daily business in Switzerland. I mean,
I
not if you lose your bicycle, it's gone. You can forget about it. It's
yeah.
gone.
It's funny because Switzerland is actually a very safe country, of course, and
Of
there is
course.
not
Yeah,
much crime, but that's one thing that is very common.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know why? You know why? Because if you go out clubbing or stuff, you don't have trains to get home. And if you get a cab, you have to pay like 70 francs
Yeah, the
to
cabs are
drive home.
ridiculously expensive.
So you
Oh
just
my God.
steal a bicycle and drive
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Oh, and that's one thing I want to touch on as well is that I feel like in Switzerland you can literally walk or bike anywhere. Like you
Of
can
course.
even
Yeah,
you can bike to Germany like from Aargau. I had a friend who did that.
yeah.
And
And you have separate streets only for bikes. Like
yeah,
just
Of course.
bikes can go there. Nobody.
that's one thing that
Hey.
I came back and of course before I went to Switzerland I didn't really pick up on it, but now that I've lived there, like I literally cannot leave my neighborhood on a bike or on foot. I have to be in a car because there are 4 exits and each of them are only like
Yeah, you're gonna bro die.
yeah, and nobody
You're gonna
you
die.
can't ride a bike on that road. People will run you over. Like nobody's used to riding a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same situation over here where I live, bro. There's no
Yeah.
way you can like ride a bike and survive. It's so dangerous.
Yeah, not possible.
Yeah. And they're so angry when they see, you driving on the street. Like,
Yeah, they're honking, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only idiots drive bikes.
And where did it happen? When they stole your bike? Was it in Brook? Where?
Yeah, it was in Brook.
Brook,
I
yeah.
had
Oh,
Nice.
I had actually locked my bike, but I locked it like I locked the wheel and I didn't lock it to some metal or
Yeah.
something. They just
Yeah.
picked it up
The
and
road
took
thing. Yeah.
oh
There's
no.
probably there was some. It ain't Swiss people, probably some bad. So I would like also to ask you. So we went through nightlife, and yeah, this is like an interesting topic. I would like to talk with you. Your lowest point in your exchange year, and were you at all homesick?
Yeah. So in general, I didn't really get homesick. I think that a lot of people would because for me it was a bit of a unique situation that like I didn't really miss home because like
Of course, yeah.
there was some problems, like family problems.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I know.
So,
okay.
But as far as like lowest point, it was definitely in like January, February time period when I switched host families. And my second host family, we didn't really get along. It's not, I don't want to say they're bad people or something, but just it was a lot of like them yelling at me and always they were blaming me for something.
What were your mindset at that time? Like, what do you think? Like, what should I do to, to fix this thing?
Yeah, so at the time, at first I was thinking, I was actually like, they were telling me stuff, for example, that they thought I was doing wrong, and I was actually trying to fix it. Like, one thing is I was not organizing my room. Like, there was some small pile of clothes on the ground. I needed to like take care of stuff. So I just was like making sure to clean everything. They told me to like vacuum always the floor. So I was doing whatever they asked. But in the end, it's like I couldn't win. Always there was something. And then I just got really like a lot of anxiety. Like I felt like I am a bad person or something. I'm a failure. That they're always mad at me. It's something I'm doing wrong.
Did you anything like learn from it? Like what would you take from that experience?
Yeah, I did learn to be more appreciative. That's a big thing because in my first host family, they were very nice people, and I'm still in contact with them. And at the time, I wasn't rude to them or something, but I kind of didn't spend as much time with them as I should have.
Yeah.
Because I didn't appreciate. I mean, once again, I knew they were very nice people, but I didn't truly appreciate. Like, first of all, you don't have to accept an exchange to them; it's fully voluntary. And
of course,
the fact that they accepted me for 5 months and then like
that was also one thing that took me also some time to understand it. They're volunteering, they're doing it for free, they want to
they don't get
other
anything.
cultures, and I thought like they're probably getting some money, that was my mindset. But just learn lots of from an exchange here. Nicola, you can continue. What's your another question?
So my question is, what do you think about the food in Switzerland? And did you try any special food or anything special in Switzerland? It was like really Swiss and not Italian, like not a pizza or spaghetti, but really Swiss.
Yeah, so I never tried fondue, which is
of course.
That's a big thing. Actually, apparently I had never heard of it before I went to Switzerland.
Well, all right.
And apparently everyone has heard of it. Like even people from Latin America or anywhere in the world, they've heard of it and they've had it before.
Yeah.
I had never had it. I didn't know what it was,
so
but
there is fondue and there is raclette.
Yeah, I had raclette in Switzerland, but I had never had fondue.
Oh, but raclette is great though.
Yeah, raclette, I really like.
Raclette is great.
That's great. But did you have a fondue?
No, I never did.
Bro, Nicola, you have to send him, bro.
Yeah, I missed out.
Yeah. Next time you visit, first thing, fondue. Yeah. But there are many more special things that you can try, like rösti.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah, that's also good. And every canton has its own
thing.
Something.
Yeah.
Like Aargau has the Rüebli torte. That's like a cake of carrots.
Yeah, I had that on like my first or second week in Switzerland. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
I was still learning German, and I went to this like small cafe or something, and I said like, oh, what is like, I had learned the names of like food and stuff, and I knew Karotte is like carrot. I didn't know Rüebli because that's Swiss German. Rüebli, and they're like, oh, it's like Karotte.
You see, the language is hard, really hard.
Yeah.
Like, how did the people get from Karotte to Rüebli?
Yeah, that
makes no sense. I don't get it.
Good question.
But like Basel has its own cookies. Did you try them?
Yeah, they have a lot actually, like for Fastnacht and stuff.
Yeah, Fastnacht is actually a really great thing. Like, did you go to Fastnacht in Lucerne or anywhere in a big city?
Yeah, we went in Lucerne.
Yeah, in Lucerne it's the biggest and the greatest Fastnacht.
Yeah.
Lucerne is really beautiful.